The Miami Heat blew out the Indiana Pacers in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals and will be headed back to the NBA Finals against the San Antonio Spurs on Thursday. This was a game that I thought that Indiana was actually going to come out and play at their maximum, their toughest. And to tell you the truth, the Miami Heat played the basketball that they had to play. Indiana shot 41%, but Miami only shot 40, and they still blew this team out by 23 points. Let's add something to that. George wasn't playing good. Hibbert got in foul trouble early in this game. And there was really nobody in the Indiana team that really had another motive. Nobody from their team went over 20 points. Let's put it this way. West had 14, Hibbert had 18. Paul George, he got fouled out in the fourth quarter. He only had 7 points, 1 for 4 shooting from the three-point line and 2 for 9 from the field. And with him on the court, you went negative 14. And then with David West, minus 24. And then Hill, 13 points. Stevenson, 10. The Indiana team that played in Indiana, they didn't come out the way I thought they would. And Miami just had to dominate. You already know LeBron James was going to dominate today. 32 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. And he needed one person to step up. And that person came to be Dwayne Wade. From the start of the game, Dwayne Wade was playing his best. He shot 7 for 16 from the field, 7 for 7 from free throw, and he had 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist. He hustled on every play, and Bosch, he also contributed. Bosch was a big factor in the boards. He had 8, even though he only scored 9 points, and he shot 3 for 13 from the field. He gave it his max. And Ray Allen, 3 huge three-pointers in the game, and Anderson, another. He wasn't playing in the game against Indiana over there at Indiana. Every time he gets on the court, this Miami Heat crowd always gets a good vibe. He only had 7 points, 5 rebounds, but he only had 2 fouls on top of that. He had a steal, and he played it good. There was a point where West was posting up on him, and he just moved back, and West fell. He got the steal there, and Miami Heat's fast break was incredible. The second quarter for the Heat was a total blowout. After Indiana had scored 21 to Miami's 19 in the first, the second quarter was 33-16 in Miami's favor, and they went on to dominate every other quarter. 24-18 in the third and 23-21 in the fourth. And believe it or not, Cole did get ejected in the end of the game. There was some words between him and an Indiana player. They both got ejected. Do I think the ejections were supposed to be made? I don't think so. But remember, they didn't want any problems since Indiana was about to lose already. It was already the final seconds of the game. They probably didn't want any problems. But it was a great series. I got to tip my hat off to the Pacers. The Pacers really played at the Heat's maximum level. They caught up, and imagine that. They were playing without their best player in Danny Granger. The Miami Heat are now going to play San Antonio Spurs in the NBA Finals, and I think this is going to be a really good series because it's the best from the West and the best from the East. The top 2 teams with the best records are going to go toe-to-toe. Miami did win the season series 2-0. One of the games being in the beginning of the season where the whole bench from the San Antonio Spurs played Miami, and they almost beat them. But then the second game, LeBron James and Dwayne Wade did not play, and Chris Bosh shot a 3-pointer at the end to just really seal the deal. But once again, that's regular season. This is playoff basketball now, and San Antonio beat a team like Memphis. When you beat a team like Memphis and you beat them 4-0, that means a lot. Because Randolph, you have Gasol, Randolph, Conley, you have a lot of good players in that team. To win 4-0 means a lot. You have Tim Duncan, you have Tony Parker, Manu on the bench, Tiago Splitter. Those are players that really make that team. And when you see Tony Parker, he's playing the best basketball right now. He's arguably the best point guard in the league. Mario Chalmers is going to have to guard him. Do I think Mario Chalmers is going to be able to catch up to him? No, because Tony Parker is just explosive. He's a playmaker. And then on top of that, you also got Tim Duncan. He's going to be a future Hall of Famer. So what the Heat are going to have to do is going to stop one of them. If you don't stop one of them, you're not going to win this series. And another player from the Miami Heat is going to have to step up. If it's not LeBron, it's not Wade, or it's not Bosh. You're going to need players to really play at their best, and you're going to have to start sinking in those threes. Shane Battier did not play in today's game, and do I think that was good? Yeah, because he hasn't been shooting the ball well, and he's going to be rested. So since he's been resting, he's gonna also take, he's gonna take looks at videos and everything, and he's gonna practice on a shot, because when we played Oklahoma City in the NBA Finals of 2012, he really sparked the Heat bench with those 3-pointers. Actually, he wasn't playing the bench. He was in the starting lineup, but he really provided a lot of 3-pointers for the Miami Heat, and he was the one that really got the Heat going. So, do I think it was a good move? Yeah, it's a good move by Coach Spoelstra to not put Shane Battier out to play, and I'm looking forward to a really good series on Thursday. So Game 1 is gonna come. It's only 3 days away, and I'm really excited. So I'll catch y'all later, alright? Oh, and by the way, follow my sports Instagram and my Twitter at Lovemiamisports. Thanks, everybody.